Hello!
Hello, konnichiwa.
こんにちは、カレム。
Konnichiwa, Capybara-san.
You look great on brown shirt.
Arigatou gozaimasu.
Today we are recording now, okay?
はい、
はい。よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。
Actually, this is second time we are talking. Maybe next session,
Okay.
maybe we can broadcast on live. What do you think?
Maybe, yes.
Maybe.
はい。
So today I'm going to talking about your calligraphy, Japanese calligraphy.
Okay.
Okay. We are sharing. Can you see your calligraphy?
Yes.
This is very nice. I thought this is very cute. Like uh, I re- I it reminds me of my childhood.
えー
What do you think of your calligraphy?
mm, I need to practice a lot and I
Mm,
need to
mm.
stroke order.
Do you have a teacher, calligraphy teacher, over
Ah,
there?
Not yet, but one of my friends, they're Japanese, and they said that they could teach me.
That's nice.
Hopefully.
Before I saw your calligraphy, I saw this calligraphy. It's
え
written by a Japanese
ー、
politician.
はい。
Do you know Fukushima Mizuho?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Her calligraphy, she lives in Japan for about 50, 60 years, maybe. And she should have known how to do it. But
Uh-huh.
this makes me think, this makes me think she
Yeah.
doesn't love Japan.
Uh-huh. It looks dirty to me.
Yes, it's very not only dirty, but also aggressive.
And aggressive.
Aggressive. It appears to me, she says, peace is the peace is the very thing that we Japanese obey. Anyway, it's very aggressive for me to me. And compared to that, I thought this is very warming. Pa- patriotism.
Arigato.
Patriotism.
Aikoku.
Hmm. It's very. It appears to me very peaceful.
Thank you.
In this my in my channel,
Mm-hmm.
most people don't know you. So can you
Mm-hmm.
explain yourself for me, for us?
Okay. So my name is Callum from New Zealand
Yes.
and I'm 27 years old and I really love Japan, Japanese culture and history. And I have a auntie who comes from Japan. When I was younger, she encouraged me to learn about Japanese culture and she inspired me. Mm. So I wanted to study about Japanese history and politics, yeah, and make a YouTube
Hmm.
channel about that.
Your auntie is a Japanese person.
Yes.
Okay. And then when first you met on your aunt and you,
When I was a small child
small
in
child,
primary school, yes.
she lives there now.
She used to live in New
Mm.
Zealand.
How long
Yeah.
did she live there?
I think maybe several years.
Okay. So you have a good memory of her.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah.
Can you tell us what did she told you? What did she tell you and told teach you, or how did she encourage you?
Because I was so used to being around people from New Zealand, right? And she was from Japan, which was interesting to me. And so I wanted to learn more about her culture.
Mm. you said she encouraged you.
Yeah, she was like an inspiration to me, you know, because I had met her and she was very kind to me. So I wanted to know more about the Japanese people. Yeah.
She was different from any person in your country?
Because around that age, I'd never met another
Mm.
Japanese person before.
She lives in Japan now?
Yes.
Mm.
When I went to Japan, I visited her
Okay. When did you come to Japan?
in 2018.
18. Then 7 years ago.
Yes. I traveled around mainly Honshu area. Yeah.
So can you tell me the difference between us, Japan, New Zealand? Anything is different, but what impressed you the most?
I would say like Japanese follow societal rules a lot more like discipline and
In what aspects? Do you remember anything more details? Please tell me
yes,
details.
yeah.
Yeah.
For example, like everyone lines up to get on the train in neat lines and nobody pushes in front. People, yeah, are very like clean. There's not a lot of litter around the streets in Japan.
Then compared to Japan, New Zealanders are pushing people. Uh, do they push
Yeah.
people?
In New Zealand, there's a lot of people who don't think about harmony with other people. Like, for example, they don't think about how their actions will affect others.
So anything else?
When I went to Japan, I visited Yasukuni Jinja
Oh.
to pay my respects to the Eirei, and I went to Yushukan Museum. That was a really memorable moment for me. When I went into the museum, through the rooms where you see the photos of a lot of the people who died in the war and the final letters from the pilots to their families, I couldn't help but cry. Yeah.
What made you to start thinking about going to Yasukuni?
I've wanted to go for a while, but I found out about it maybe during high school. I found out about it because supposedly it's very controversial. Yeah.
So before you come to Japan, you have an idea to go to Yasukuni.
Yes.
Okay. So you started YouTube. When did you start YouTube?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Okay. So after you visited Japan,
Yes.
Okay. Is it the same timing you started Twitter, now X?
Similar timing.
I can find you started 2020.
That was my current Twitter account. I used to have an old Twitter account.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after you started YouTube, you start talking about Japan. From the beginning, you started talking about Japan, right?
From the beginning. Yeah.
Any feedbacks? What your fans told you about that?
And there were some people who were like supportive of me at the start, but I got a lot of hate from other Westerners. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, because they don't understand the true history of Japan.
Did you check which country Westerners didn't like your opinions?
Mainly America, New Zealand, and UK.
At that time, you said you are from New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Okay. American, New Zealand, UK's
Yes.
mostly. They hated you.
Yes.
Sometimes I talk about politics with Westerners. Mostly they call me ultra rights
なるほ
and
ど。
fatalist. You are They say you are fatalist.
うん。
Because if I talk about immigrants, they say I'm a fatalist because I don't think it's a good idea to invite too many immigrants.
I agree, because there's a lot of immigrants who try to come and take advantage of Japan.
What about in New Zealand? There are many immigrants and they cause any troubles?
Not as much as Japan. Yeah.
What nationalities do they have in New Zealand, immigrants?
Chugokujin, Kankokujin, and one's from the Middle East.
Middle East. It's very similar to us.
Right.
Do you know the rates? How much people are there?
I don't know the rate, sorry.
Here it's high rates immigrants states in Japan. It's called it is said 60% over 60% over 6% immigrants. But actually Chinese and Koreans, North Koreans are much more than that because they have already our nationalities. They originally from Koreans. Korea. Yeah. Zainichi, yes. And it is said Zainichi may be troublesome for politics. It is said that. I'm not sure because now they are living as Japanese. So we cannot if they are from Korea or North Korea, they are like us. They have black hair, black eyes. So we cannot.
It's harder to distinguish.
Yeah, no, we cannot distinguish. They speak Japanese. Okay, anyway, your haters said once they told you it's a joke YouTube account.
Yeah, they thought that I was joking. They didn't think I was serious about my beliefs.
So who did you check his account nationality?
Yes, it was an American who said that, but I've heard it from various people as well. Usually Americans.
What did you analyze his opinion?
He was very left-wing, the one who attacked me personally. Yeah. He had a podcast talking about Japan and has lived in Japan for a while. I don't understand why some foreigners come to Japan and then when they're unhappy about Japan, they complain and try to change how Japan is. If they're not happy with Japan, then they should just leave.
Yeah. Recent news, a few Americans and any other country nationalities came here they live here for a long time and they become they get the Japanese citizenship. Then after that they say we want to change Japan. They insist Japan should be more like Western. They want to make us Western.
Sneaky.
Yes, it's sneaky. Yes. So some people know it's very sneaky, but some people believe we Asian Japanese way is very old, too old. but I don't believe so.
Yeah.
But many Japanese watch too much TV, but in the TV show, they say Western culture is very good. Then Japanese people believe so. Then if some Western come to Japan and we can change your country, Japanese believe, it's nice things. What do you think?
It's not nice things.
Yeah, I don't think it nice either.
I think Japan is very unique,
Mm.
and like a lot of tourists, they come to Japan to experience unique Japanese culture and stuff like that. They don't want to see Japan turn more westernized.
And talking about the joke, we have a joke politic party. It's called NHK Party. Do you know NHK Party?
I've heard of it before.
Yeah, I started this YouTube because of that. NHK Party was a joke party, and it was fun to watch. And they were talking about NHK.
Because NHK tried to make everyone pay.
And yeah, and I thought they accused them of being under controlled by GHQ. Then I started YouTube on politics.
Okay.
But they never accused of GHQ. So it was a disappointing thing. They go too much joking about politicians. Anyway, that was my starting point of my YouTube. And now do you know about Sanseito?
Not really. No.
It was it is new politic party. Their opinion is wake up Japanese people because we were under control by
GHQ.
Yeah, GHQ.
Yes.
Then they become popular, very popular now. And what do you think of waking up Japanese people?
I think it's very good and it's overdue, because GHQ came in after the end of the war and they implemented the War Guilt Information Program, which was basically a brainwashing program to rewrite Japanese history and to weaken Japan. And basically what they did, they introduced a press code which all of the media had to obey by, and it had 31 rules which they had to follow for censorship. So the real situation in Japan at the time couldn't be told.
Yes.
And also MacArthur, General MacArthur, he released a lot of prisoners who were socialists at the end of the war, and he put them into positions of power in academia, the judicial system, and in the government.
And there were Nikyoso.
Nikyoso, yeah, the Japan Teachers Union.
You know a lot about Nikyoso more than me.
Really?
Yes. Can you tell us about Nikyoso?
So Nikyoso is a group, like a teachers union group, and they're mainly like communist or socialist sympathizers, especially back in like the 80s and before. They were more popular than now.
Yes.
But their teachers are against raising of the national flag at schools and singing the national anthem.
And they remember that.
They try to spread distorted history that Japan was evil, blah, 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 when it's not true.
What happens if there is Nikyoso in your country?
In my country,
Yes, if they insist we were bad people, we have to
yeah.
to apologize to other country every time.
In
If
New
they,
Zealand,
yeah, in New Zealand, they tell you New Zealanders have to apologize to China, Japan, Korea.
I think that's ridiculous. I don't think it would happen here.
But
Yeah.
in Japan, they
That's
do
the reality.
yeah.
Yes.
But and Japanese people, they don't think it's ridiculous. Oh, I have to apologize. They believe
that's very sad. Yeah, because America, they provoked Japan into a war of self-defense. And Japan in the Greater East Asia War was also helping to try and liberate East Asian nations, the Western powers. And so I think Japan did a good thing. But at the end of the war, when GHQ came in, GHQ people believed that, their ancestors were bad.
That aspect, you know a lot more than me. Can you tell us about Japanese armies and militaries did? Japanese politicians, foreign policies at that time. Can you tell us that?
At that time?
Yeah.
But it was a co-prosperity, Greater East Asia co-prosperity sphere. Basically to uplift the East Asian nations stronger so they can stand, on their own. The Western, which is a good thing, really. Yeah.
How did you get those informations in New Zealand, Callum?
In New Zealand, mainly by online research and reading through a lot of documents online.
In Japan, knows our historical 功績, how do you say 功績? Historical achievements. Very few people know in Japan. How do we have to prevail these opinions? Can you advise me?
Honestly, education is very important, right? So, and especially for the next generations coming up. So textbooks need to be revised.
Textbooks?
Yeah, a lot of textbooks in Japanese schools, they don't know much about the history. And if they do have segments about history, usually it's the distorted history. Yeah. I think we should teach the children the correct view of history earlier on, so when they grow up.
Can you tell us, in New Zealand, how do they get patriotism?
How do they get patriotism?
Yes. You like New Zealand. You love New Zealand. That's a very good thing. But Japanese, not many Japanese like Japan.
That's very sad.
Yeah. How do we grow our patriotism? So I want you to tell us about what in New Zealand governments are doing for growing patriotism.
Well, at schools we all sing the national anthem as standard, but other than that, I don't think they're doing much to promote patriotism as such. Not anymore. But I think for Japan, yeah, they definitely need to regain national pride. Yeah, I think you can focus on the good things, that Japan achieved. For example, one of them Do you know the 1919 Paris Peace Conference?
It's
Japan-
stop racialism.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Japan sent an envoy there to
Yeah, yeah,
propose
yeah.
a bill to stop. Yeah, that was a really good thing.
So it sounds very strange to me because in your country, just neutral education
Yeah,
is,
it's more neutral.
mm,
Yeah,
but you don't hate New Zealand.
I don't hate New Zealand.
Some
Mm,
Japanese hate Japan.
I know
How come?
because Japan has had this masochistic view of history imposed by the GHQ War Guilt Information Program.
From the GHQ's word WGIP.
Yes, that was one of the main factors.
That was the
The Tokyo Tribunal, the military Tokyo
yes.
Tribunal for the Far East, that was a kangaroo court in the War Guilt Information Program by GHQ in the press code. One of the rules was not to criticize the trials.
Yes. That was the culprit.
Yes, and not to promote patriotism and not to defend Japan's actions during the war. Those were rules that media had to follow, and even some media in Japan loosely follow it today, like Asahi Shimbun.
It's very simple, but it's true. I think it's true. Really.
Yes.
So your opinion is many Japanese, all the Japanese should have known that what was the culprit of being disappointed in our own country.
Yeah. That since patriotism has been stripped from Japan at the end of the war, that's definitely something that needs to be returned, because patriotism got made into a dirty word. I think so. And in that sense, the war isn't over for Japan.
Yes, your opinion is very simple but very strong, powerful. 説得力がある。Your opinion is very persuasive. I didn't think so much about Wargate information program like you. It was just one thing. To me, it was just one thing. But in your opinion, it was the main thing. How Japanese get disappointed.
Because they rewrote the history of Japan. And then that history, the fake history, was passed down from generation to generation till it became believed as fact.
Yes.
But it's not true.
Yeah. So that was the big lie from the US until we wake up about it. Until we do it, we cannot do the neutral education.
I think that America should admit their fault in Japan to go to war. But America's a good ally of Japan. Good. But I don't think that they would admit their fault, unfortunately.
So we have to find someone from the US they admit, then maybe Japanese people realize it. Many American people from military governments, they never admit it's our fault. The Japanese have lost the power. Your father doesn't like you doing YouTube, right?
Yes, because he believes that Japan did bad things during World War II, and Japan was the aggressor, which isn't true. But he doesn't like me to do YouTube.
Even your father believes Japanese was aggressor.
Yes,
Mm.
Western people do. When I was in primary school, my teacher told me that Japan wanted to invade New Zealand and anyone who couldn't speak Japanese would be killed.
Mm.
I didn't believe it because it's ridiculous.
Mm. So that's why you keep doing your YouTube for our pride.
Yes, I hope that Japanese people will wake up and realize the truth.
So actually, many people don't like Japan, but some people say Japanese products, Japanese culture were amazing. We are going to talk about that. What culture, what product do you like from Japan?
What culture and what product? What product? I like Japanese watches like Seiko. Yeah, I collect watches. Yeah, because I like the Japanese craftsmanship. These are the watches from
Oh,
Japan that I like.
綺麗な。それはいいやつですね。グランドセイコー
違う. Just Seiko. And this one is a Kintex.
What did you say?
Kintex.
Intex. What?
Kintex.
Kintex. What is Kintex?
Kintex is a Japanese brand. They
Oh,
make like Japan self-defense force style watches. And I've been to Japan twice.
twice. Last time, 2018.
Yes. Yeah,
And
I stayed
before
for
that?
1 month in August. Before that was 2017.
Oh, 17, 18. Twice you came here.
Yes.
Mm.
I stayed during summer, the hottest time.
It's upside down. It's
Winter here is summer in Japan. Yes. And I traveled around, around Honshu, many different areas, and visiting like castles and temples and shrines. It was really good.
So you ate the Japanese food. It's very different from Western food. Did you like it?
Yeah, I like that.
Many Westerners told me that Japanese food are very small. They want more. They want more. And too
Yes.
expensive. They always says.
Yeah, because Westerners are used to getting one plate of food with a whole lot of like vegetables and meat on one big plate. No, we separate. Yeah, different sushi.
Did you try sushi?
Yes,
Was
I
it
tried to.
different from New Zealand sushi, Japanese sushi?
Yes, New Zealand sushi is usually just like the roll, sushi roll. Yeah,
Not nigiri sushi.
not
Fish
not
sushi.
really good. Yeah, and I enjoyed eating like takoyaki from Osaka. Yeah,
Yeah, they always
okonomiyaki.
like takoyaki, okonomiyaki things.
Yes.
How come they love okonomiyaki? It was similar to Western food.
Not really. I guess because you can like choose what's in it and they mix it in front of you. It's like fun.
Kind of entertainment food.
Yes.
And did you try unagi? They say unagi is very good food.
Eel?
Yes,
Yes, I tried it. It's
Did
good. I even tried fugu,
Oh,
the blowfish. Yeah, that was nice.
So, even they insist we did very bad thing, but our culture is not bad culture.
Mm.
And yes, from we go back to the beginning. They say fatalism is not good, but I say protecting our culture needs some fatalism too.
I agree.
Opposite idea of fatalism is I don't know how to say how, I don't know if there is a word for opposite word, but they believe if you try so hard that you can make anything you dream of, it's the opposite idea of fatalism. Fatalism, they say you have to admit your fate, your 運命 destiny. You have to obey your destiny. In Japan, kind of we believe destiny. So
Yeah.
we don't try so hard for make much money, more money, more money, more money. We don't believe that.
Mm-hmm.
We just obey the destiny. If you are not too rich, not much so rich, they just admit it. The idea of happiness is not money, not your
Yes.
無謀な努力、無謀、how to say 無謀。Hard work, too much hard work
Yes.
destroys us. But
Mm-hmm.
Not fatalist, non-fatalist believe hard work makes you very, 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 very happy. It's the conflict of our culture and Western culture. Western culture, if they make someone, if you fraud someone, you make big money, you are respected.
Yes.
In Japan, if you make big money and 騙したら if you are fraud, you are not good. They tell you
Yes.
you're not good people. Even if you are rich, very rich people, they don't get much respect.
Mm-hmm.
It's the conflicts of Western and Asian Japanese culture, I think.
That's interesting. Yes.
So can you give me the opinion about fatalist versus hard workers?
Hard workers.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of foreigners say that the Japanese are very hard workers.
Actually, yes.
Which is true.
Which is because they want to contribute other people. It's
Yes.
not their own richness.
Yes, it's
That's
they
why
want to
they study, work hard.
Yes.
But like immigrants
Mm-hmm.
from the long distance immigrants, because they come to Japan for tourism and they change into refugees.
Yes, like
They are making very hard. Yes, in Saitama. They're doing very hard work
Yes.
to come to Japan and get money. It's because they are richness. They don't believe fatals, destinies. They don't want to live in the place they are born.
They should, if they, for example, they should live in the place they're born and they should work to make that place they're born better, right?
Yeah. So that's the conflict. In my opinion, that's the conflict of immigrants and our culture. It's getting to me, it's getting to fatalism and hard works.
I think it's a very realistic opinion.
Any other topics you want to talk about?
Okay, I have a message for the people of Japan.
Good. Thank you.
Yes. So don't be afraid to research on your own instead of just believing what the media or the teachers at school tell you and taking it as fact. You should do your own research and don't be afraid to have national pride.
Thank you very much.
And don't be afraid to go out and vote, because I heard that the voter turnout is very small in Japan. So I hope that more people will be interested in politics.
How much people in New Zealand vote?
I don't really follow it too much.
Oh, it's upside down. Your
It's
vote
very
rate,
high, right?
yeah, very high. 74%, 69%. Non-voters, 25%.
I
It's
thought it would
opposite
be.
of Japan vote rates.
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much today. Maybe next time we can do it live.
Yes. Okay, thank you very much for this opportunity.
Thank you very much, Callum.
本当にありがとうございます。
こちらこそありがとうございました。